Hamas has appeared to thank Australia for its position on the conflict in the Middle East in an unverified video online. Joining us now is our US analyst, Michael Ware. This is not the sort of praise that the government would be seeking, is it, Michael?
No, it's not exactly something that Western national government would welcome, but it's something that they have to expect. That, this is in the argy-bargy of the United Nations. And if Australia is supporting a ceasefire in any sense, then honestly, it's not a surprise that Hamas would grubbily jump onto that and try to exploit it.
Yeah.
They're trying to expose fissures in the West, among the Western democracies that really don't exist. But that's how finely attuned their propaganda machine is. Let that be the lesson from this.
No, that's a really good point. And meanwhile, the vote continues. We just heard from John Kirby over in the East, Michael, this morning about potentially changing the wording and maybe bringing America around when it comes to this ceasefire. Do you see it happening at all?
Oh, look, trying to peer into the crystal ball of the United Nations Security Council is a Sisyphean task. You're going to push that boulder uphill and it's going to roll straight back down on you, mate. It's very hard to divine what happens at the UNSC, especially when it comes to America and the precarious positions it's in. I mean, as America has stated again this week, they steadfastly stand beside Israel, yet at the same time, they're doing everything they desperately can to sort of rein Israel in a little bit. As Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin said in a visit in Tel Aviv this week, it's what you and I discussed a couple of weeks ago. It could be a tactical victory, but a strategic defeat. Because recent polling shows Hamas has become wildly more popular throughout the Middle East. And when we have senior Israeli officials saying that, okay, the kill ratio is 1 dead terrorist for every 2 civilians, and we can live with that, that fuels that kind of anti-Israeli sentiment on the street. And, what the Americans are trying to say is, we, America, learned a lot from 20 years in our wars on terror about urban warfare. Please listen to us. Shift from this punishing ground campaign and move to a more intel-driven special forces raiding sort of campaign.
Here's the thing about the UN resolution anyway, though, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but it would be non-binding, which means that it doesn't matter anyway, right?
Well, mate, look, in the sense of real politics, none of them are binding. Yeah. I mean, North Korea ignores them constantly, so do other people. Let's not forget, Russia, China have vetoes. Resolutions against them are rare because they just veto them, the 5 permanent members.
Yeah, so it's just pointless. So this whole exercise this exercise is just pointless anyway.
Well, I still believe in the symbolism of the Security Council. I still believe it's very important. And in Western democracy, a UN Security Council resolution can be used to legitimize democratically military or other actions such as sanctions. So there is a relevance to Security Council resolutions. It just depends who decides to follow them.
Okay. Michael Ware, good to see you as always.